Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another instructional video. Today we are working on an 05 WR450. More importantly, we are working on the forks. You already saw the thumbnail, you already clicked on the title. We're doing 48mm open chamber KYB forks. These are incredibly popular. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of these forks out there still in service. They were on these bikes, the WRs, the YZs, up until 04. I think it was in 04, or excuse me, it was 05. They switched to what eventually became the SSS. The 05 was not SSS. It was similar. It was a closed chamber fork, but it wasn't the true SSS. And then they figured that out, went to SSS. But the WRs kept these for a long time and ran them before that. They had a 46mm version. Actually, not terrible either. Just not as quite as stiff. It was a little bit kind of wallowy. But they're great forks. With a little bit of valving, they can be really, really good. So, yeah, let's tear into them, show you guys how to do a set of fork seals. All right, guys, got them chalked up in our soft jaws here. Gonna grab 19mm wrench. Oh, these have been on here a long time. So, gonna grab them out and kind of shock load it, hopefully. There we go. Sometimes you gotta do that because, you know, got it nice and tight here. You can't clamp down too tight here or we'll deform it. Especially don't want to do it up here because then it just makes this tighter. But and yes, I have the aluminum things to hold this, but I'm trying to show you guys how to do this at home if you don't have all the stuff. So if you shock it like that, a lot of times it'll break it loose without spinning it in here and scratching things up. It's also why we use soft jaws. All right, guys, with this style, what we're going to do is we're going to pull down here and slide a wrench onto that nut, which I believe is a 17. I'm going to find out. Oh, it is, but I need a skinny one, which I have right here that I ground down. Yes, it is a snap-on. Yes, that drives a lot of people nuts, that I would grind a snap-on wrench down, but I just don't care. One thing, guys, I've mentioned all my fork seal videos. Forgot to show you that I was doing it, but you want to count the clicks here so you can set it back to what they had it at. These are right in the middle. And this tray, I've had lots of guys ask me about this tray that I'm working in here. I had this made by a local fab shop here. They do all kinds of metal work, and they made it. Stainless steel. They bent it up, welded it, put a hole in one end so we can, it's like a bung with like a nozzle tube sticking off so we can run oil down into a bucket so you can let the oil drain and all that stuff. So when you're doing this, guys, if you're brand new to fork seals, you want to just lay everything kind of in order so that you don't forget what's going on. Now we're going to flip this sucker upside down and let it drain. All right, guys, got it all drained out. This is disgusting. We're gonna do lots of cleaning here. But these style have a 14mm Allen on the bottom side. So we're gonna use the impact on that. And it's gonna come loose, hopefully. Maybe not. We might have to put a breaker bar on this. This thing's obviously been together a long time. But it's still not gonna come all the way apart right away. And I'll show you what you have to do to get that done. All right, hopefully that is enough that we can use this. All right, now it's spinning, but you'll notice this cartridge doesn't want to come out. So what you're gonna do is you take your hand, you're gonna pull over here, cock it to the side like that, just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm over a drain pan here. Boom. The base valve. I can pull the cartridge out, set it over here. I'll chalk this back up here. Seems to be the easiest way to deal with it. Again, guys, this is so disgusting. I'm going to be spending some time at the parts washer, but we're going to take a flat blade screwdriver and come in here. Then boop, pop that loose. And in here, it's hard to see, circlip. There we go. Now that it's all loose, I'm going to slide hammer it apart. This thing is definitely hammered. We got new bushings and everything, which is going to help. Hopefully it doesn't rock too much, but the inside of this is pretty jacked up. I kind of expected that. All right, now what we're going to do, I know which way these things all go together, but I'm going to show you how I do if I'm learning a new fork. Take inner bushing, outer bushing, washer, and I put them all down because this thing has it's not just a flat washer. Put them down so they go back on the same way, in the orientation as if it were upright. Take your oil seal, circlip, dust seal. Now you can see it's all in order. So when we're ready to go back together, obviously have new everything except for this washer. We can just put it on and know which way it goes. So now, quality time parts washer, we'll be back. All right, that's way better. We're all good to go. Now we're gonna take our seal bullet, put it on there. We're using SKF heavy duty seals. And you always start with the dust seal. Then the circlip. This style circlip you could actually put on very last if you wanted, but I wouldn't put it on. Then the oil seal. You want to put it this side up or towards the oil, this side towards the atmosphere. I'm going to take our washer. Now, take our new outer bushing, new inner bushing. And take our two pieces, put them together. Use our fork seal driver to drive the bushing into place first. Ooh, that fits way better than the old one. The old one was super worn. So this is going to be, yeah, this thing's going to be way, way, way better. And take your oil seal. Fork seal drivers. Guys, just buy a set of 48mm fork seal drivers if you're wanting to do fork seals. It's what every modern fork is, so they're inexpensive. You can buy them from Tusk. Link in the description if you use that link for Rocky Mountain. It does help us out a ton, and I very, very, very much appreciate it. There we go. Now it's ready. Now we take our cartridge, slide it in here, reach in here and kind of guide that home. Take our base valve. I'm going to start it by hand. And you'll get it started by hand. Just take your time. There we go. Now, take our 14 mil back on our impact. We're going to go here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull this out. We're going to cock it over to the side. There we go. Now, something guys want to make sure you do is this here is just a guide for the spring so it doesn't rattle around on the cartridge rod. You want to take this nut and you want to screw it all the way down, just by hand. You don't get a wrench out till hand. Okay, that's all the way down. And the reason is that this, when it screws on, you need it to bottom out on here before you then take this up as a lock nut. Because if you don't, the adjuster in here won't touch the adjusting rod. So now we're going to put 4-coil in it using KYB 01M, which is 5-weight 4-coil. Any 5-weight 4-coil will work. I like the KYB stuff. It's really good. And it takes a little bit before you start to get oil into the cartridge, but eventually you do. You'll start feeling resistance. The oil level will go way down. And you just want to pump it up and down until it moves up and down nice and smoothly with no ticks or quick movements or anything like that. Now, it's not the end of the world if you don't get that bled perfectly, because it will bleed over time. But you want to get it bled pretty well so that you get the oil level right. So we're going to not top it off, but add enough in there. And then we're going to get our level gauge. 1 second. This Motion Pro oil level gauge. You can get these on. Actually, Tusk makes one that's super cheap. And we want to set this at 110 millimeters, which I've already done. And I got a Mighty Vac style thing here just to suck the oil out and get it to the 110 level. All right, now gonna raise this up, take our adjuster rod, put it back inside. Always want to take it and just push on it, make sure it's just springy like it's supposed to be. Take our spring, we're gonna drop that down, and you can hold this up like that and it will stay well enough to then get this started. Now, I'm just going to push down the spring, run this down. It'll bottom out on that rod. We'll start spinning. Take our shave down 17. Tighten that sucker down. Tighten the cap down. You don't have to go crazy on this because there is an O-ring on that that's going to help, hold it in place. You don't have to go nuts. Just get it nice and tight. I got new bleeders from System Tech Racing to put in, guys. John Bruckbauer's bleeders are by far the best ones I've ever used. They don't leak. He stands behind them. They're made in Colorado. John's an awesome old badass racer. So with bleeders, guys, you don't want to tighten them down too much. They got O-rings on them. Again, they're not going to come out. If you over tighten, you can break it. Then you got a whole nightmare. Now we're going to clean this up really good with some brake clean. all fork jobs, I always grab it, push on it, make sure it feels good. Nothing binded, nothing doing anything weird. There we go. We'll set our clickers back to the way they were, and we're ready to go. So hopefully that helps, guys. Comment below if you use this video to help do your forks. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully we covered everything. If I missed something, let me know. If there's something else you want to see, guys, some other normal kind of maintenance job or something like that that you want to see, make sure you comment below. We'll make sure we film it. We do everything. We work on every kind of bike in here, dirt bike that is, from Suzuki's to Husabergs to KTM's, Yamahas, Hondas, Kawasaki's, all of it. And we do pretty much any job you could ever imagine. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you pay attention, hit the little notification bell so you know when we do a new video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.